there, partner.
Billy Riley.
Josh Landers. It honestly looked like you were taking it there for a second. It looked like you had a squatty potty good and going.
I'm just on the couch. I was trying to get some more light going in here, so I set up a lamp.
Wow, that's old school.
Yeah, I love lamp.
I love lamp. Rick Tamlin right off the get go. What you been up to? Let's get right into it. First off, how you been? How's the new house? How's the move going?
Oh man, the new house is so good. We live in this little like townhouse strip, so there's like 4 of us, and then each of the rooms kind of come out like horizontally, I guess, you know. So we like share one wall with each of our homies. No one above us, no one below us, anything like that.
That's kind of
There's
nice.
4 units here. Yeah, beautiful little spot. Man, pretty good little situation here. Really close to the PB Rec Center, so we got hoops. They got a light situation at night as well, so we can get night buckets. So
Nice.
that's big time. But the huge revelation of moving into the new house is now I finally get to use my electric longboard.
Your electric lawnmower?
Longboard.
Oh, longboard. Oh, wow.
Yes. And so I bought this as like I made a bunch of Amazon purchases when I was moving down to San Diego. And so yeah, I've just been waiting for the opportunity to ride it because I was up in the hill with like just pretty much I would have to walk up a huge hill to even get it out of my house, you know?
Right.
Like to get the ride started. So I've just been like bombing hills, riding through the PD neighborhood. It has just been the best fucking experience ever.
That's sick. Now, let me ask a dumb question. Are you helmeting up when you're doing this?
Oh, I'm not helmeting up.
Yeah.
No.
How fast does this puppy go?
That's a good question. It feels like 65, but it's probably somewhere in the range of like maybe 20.
That's
25?
pretty fast for having no protection anywhere around you.
I'm thinking like faster than you could sprint.
Faster than you could sprint's pretty fucking fast. How long does it keep a charge? Can you just like cruise around and have it for a day and like will it be good?
Like a day. You're going to need to charge it pretty much before every use. So the battery life isn't the best, but it's like a 3-hour charge time, so nothing too crazy.
No, not at all.
But it's been the best because I come home from work and I'm just like, well, what am I going to do? And before it'd be a lot of just like video game, Netflix, whatever. And now I'm like, I'm just going to go play. Like, I'm just going to go ride my longboard, you know?
It sounds like great time, especially in San Diego. How close are you guys to the beach now? I know you're close to the rec, but where's the beach?
Maybe a mile west.
That's not bad.
Three-fourths of a mile west, maybe. Pretty smooth. We're neighbors with Kenny Sullivan.
That's what I was going to say. It's a
Johnny
cool
Litchi.
couple-minute cruise to Ken's house.
Oh, easy money. It's probably like a 4-minute longboard ride.
Oh, that's perfect.
I'm there in no time. It's been so nice.
Let me ask another stupid question. Can you get a Dewey on a longboard?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe a buoy.
A buoy. What's the B there?
The biking.
Oh, did they change it? Is it different? Is a biking different than a driving?
No, I don't know if there's like a differentiate, but I just know that you can get one on a bike. So I'm like, I think if it's a motorized vehicle, but then again, we don't really register like bikes at the DMV, and that's not motorized. But I think it's like operating a vehicle on public roads is more the thing.
Right. That's so dumb that a bike's a public vehicle. The only person you're going to hurt is really yourself on a bike or even a skateboard.
Yeah, and not to put my mom on blast, but recently she hit a biker.
Oh, geez, no.
Yes. I think everyone was like okay for the most part. Like it wasn't too crazy.
Was she like pulling out of this thing and didn't see him, or did she like full on?
Yeah, like I think it was like, you know, like it was they came around the corner and I don't know, everything happened really fast from how she described it. But I was just like, oh God, that's like my biggest fear, dude.
Right?
Bikers, they're in the middle of the street. You're like, what am I supposed to do here? If I go around you, Like, I'm gonna get hit by the other traffic. It's crazy.
And
I don't even.
I feel like the bikers are purposely dickheads too. They ride like very left of the bike lane, like hovering the lane. It's like, dude, you have 3 feet of sidewalk on the other side. Fucking use it.
Yeah, let's hug it here. Let's hug it all the way to the right as far as possible. That's what I do when I ride a bike.
100%. I don't want to get clipped. You know what I mean? Take away all the chances.
Yeah. Have you been on any bike rides lately? I know you had a little bike kick for a sec.
I not super recently, but I dusted off the old wheels for summer. I've been hitting the Campbell Bike Trail or Los Gatos, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, I mean, it's good for my knee. That's the reason I do it. I fell out of habit and my knee hurts now. So, I mean, is that coincidence or, I mean, cause and effect?
You take care of your body will take care of you.
Right. Exactly. But no, I do love a bike ride. Haven't been in a minute, but that reminds me, I should get out there. Do you have a bike in SD or just the board?
I just have the board. No bike. But if I had a bike, I would definitely put like cards in the spokes every time it rolled by, so I'd feel like a motorcycle. I'd probably get a little Schwinn.
Schwinn, wow. God damn, get a Continental. Shout out Andrew Shore. That's what everyone was ripping.
Is that comedian? No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, God, the disrespect. God,
but the house has been cool though. Yeah. I was gonna say, the house has been cool. The room is finally situated, and my room is like pretty dang small, little 8x9 little room, but I got it situated. I made the transition. Maybe I said this on the last pod. I can't remember when I was talking about packing, but I made the transition into hangers from being a folded clothes in the dresser guy.
You said you were thinking about it. So did that end up working out?
Yeah. So it honestly is a great feeling. Just, hey, every time, every shirt just goes right up there in the hanger, pull up my closet, find something. It makes it easier to find the clothes that you want to see, because if you're looking for folded clothes, you have 3 different black shirts with different logos on them, and you're trying to find it. You're like, what even is this shirt?
That's fair.
You open up the closet, you feel like fucking Moses.
Yeah, or exactly.
A gynecologist or something. You just get in there.
Spreading, getting right in there nice and deep like.
There you go.
Wow. Fuck, what was I gonna say? That's the other thing. I live in like a warm climate. I still have like all my Reno jackets and all that in my closet. Like I could easily just like put those away for 10 months, 11 months out of the year and start hanging clothes. It is a nice feeling. I've also thought about the Mike Andres method. Just getting fucking 5 pairs of
handkerchief?
No, not that. I'm just saying the same clothes. I guess you call it the Steve Jobs method. The same thing every day. I mean, obviously.
Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I think of Jim Harbaugh. Steve Jobs is another one though. You're right. Hey, one less thing to think about.
Yeah,
you're gonna see me in a black T-shirt and either shorts, sweats, or jeans.
It's nothing better. I've started wearing white tees. White tees are prime. I just can't spill on them, but when they're clean, nothing feels better.
And you make a Costco run, twice a year and get fresh packs.
Kirkland.
There you go.
Is Kirkland the best brand?
Dude, Kirkland's the best brand, period. If we're going to do a brand draft,
Kirkland's up there.
I actually am not a fan of branding, like brand name clothes. I know it's ironic because I had the whole lidded thing, had a whole brand, right? So that's kind of ironic. But at the same time, it's just like, a shirt is a shirt. It shouldn't cost twice as much just to have like a name on it. And then the other thing that I think about is like, it's just advertising. Like you're paying double
to advertise,
to be a walking advertisement for this brand,
That's a good way of putting it. I never even really thought about that, but it's definitely, I mean, I think the most like Santa Cruz is like one of the worst at that. You know what I mean? Like you see a Santa Cruz shirt and it's like people go out and get one, right? Like how many people across the fucking US have stupid Santa Cruz shirts and they don't even know what it is. It's classic.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Thrasher is worldwide too.
Right.
When I was in Belgium, there was kids out there skating. They were listening to Lil Pump. I hung out with them for a little bit, ate a sandwich, and they were all wearing Thrasher, and I was like, dude, believe it or not, but I know the son
of the.
I know the nephew
Right.
of the guy that started that shit.
Did they believe you? I said, no way.
I don't know, but is that am I being the worst guy being out in Europe and just being like, hey, I know a guy that knows a guy.
You are being that stereotype.
I'm from America.
Exactly. But it is kind of sick. I feel like that's a story for them. They can say, you know what I mean, that's one less degree of separation to the old Thrasher. That's classic. Speaking of Thrasher, watch this transition.
I see you, big dog.
I was looking at Thrasher magazine yesterday. We went out to this new restaurant for my birthday called Lazy Dogs. And it's right next to, you know, on Almaden Expressway, the old Chevys by Costco, that parking lot. So they have a new place called Lazy Dogs. And want to go try it out. You know, me, my mom, Pops, Mikey, his girlfriend, Sam. Just a good crew. And so they say,
shout out, Mike.
What?
Shout out, Mike.
Shout out, Mike. Ledge. He was the one who named this podcast.
I didn't know which way he swung until you mentioned a girlfriend.
Oh, that's rude. That's rude. She's the goat. I really like her too.
That's awesome. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no, that's funny though. But no, anyways, back to the story. We got a 45-minute wait at Lazy Dog. And it's kind of more upscale, kind of BJ's like, but you can bring your dogs and stuff, right?
I think I may have been there.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a chain.
Yeah. There's a few of them. Yeah. I'm just for the listeners. So we go and 45-minute wait. Barnes and Noble's right next door. Who still knew Barnes and Noble was open? I mean, fucking legends powering through the Audible era. So we go in there. 45 minutes looking at shit. No message about the reservation. They said to text us. So we just walk over. So we walk over and there's this guy who is drunk and as unhinged as I've seen someone in the longest fucking time.
You're kidding.
No, I swear to God. So he's like, we walk up and like, they're like, oh, it'll be like 5-10 more minutes. Okay, whatever. We'll just stay here. And it's hot as shit. So like, there's like 30 people all waiting in the shade in the side of the building. It's miserable. Up to me, I'm choosing a different restaurant, but it's like, whatever, we're here.
You're committed.
Yeah, exactly. At this point. So we hear this guy dropping N-bombs left and right, like F this, N that, blah, 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 going crazy. Saying fucking white people. Then he starts going in on white people. And it's like, what is going on? He hops in his car, drunk as fuck, hops in his car and like whips out of there and then starts doing laps like around the building, like taunting people. It was fucking crazy. And then he starts slamming on the gas and the brake at the same time, like peeling out right in front, like motherfucking. I'm like, where are the police? Like, Jesus H.
Yeah.
But it was goddamn wild. It was a scene. He was literally, there was this one bigger black dude who was sitting there just laughing at him. Like he would have literally destroyed this guy. And all he was just like, wasn't even like paying him any mind. It was just like, God, what an idiot. And it was bad. But yeah, I mean, hell of a birthday gift to me, that scene. Incredible.
Well, I thought the story was going to end with you having to step up and use that jiu-jitsu blue belt to fucking save the day.
No.
Do the round of applause. Do the round of applause sound right here.
I don't have it. I don't know where it
Riley
is.
Getting his blue belt. I mean, come on.
It's one small step in the right direction, and it's not even a step in the right direction. It's just letting me know I'm going in the right direction. You know what I mean? Yep. But it does feel nice. That was another. I feel bad, so I'll tell the story that real quick. So.
Hey, Jim, today we're here with the sponsor for your bouncing bundle of joy. No, we're not talking about a baby. We're talking about your baby makers. That's right. Today's show is brought to you by MANSCAPED. But just like babies, your delicate little guys have sensitive skin and deserve products that are not only skin safe, but made with safe ingredients. That's where Manscaped's Platinum package comes in. From razors to shower care, this package goes above the gold standard for your body hair. So treat your beautiful boys to the world's finest toys at manscaped.com and use code Trough for 20% off plus free shipping.
That is 20% off plus free shipping, and Manscaped has helped me immensely. From my chest pubes, my ball fro, keeps me looking great. You have to have it. I'm fading things now in and out. I'm my own best barber, and that's all I can say. And that's all because of Manscaped and their Performance Package 4.0. It's the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with elite products. Inside this Platinum package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear, nose, and hair trimmer, Ultra Premium body wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner, Ultra Premium, wow, a lot of Ultra Premiums, deodorant, crop preserver, anti-chafing ball deodorant, crop reviver, ball spray toner, anti-chafing boxers, and the Shed travel bag to hold your goods while traveling. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose, ear, hair trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. Yikes. Both are waterproof so you can shave with less mess.
Yeah, I tell you, we want to keep your pee premium as can be. So in addition to shaving, you now completely upgrade your shower routine with the ultimate premium body wash and ultra premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Now, I never believed in 2-in-1 conditioners until I tried this. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. Don't forget to apply the aluminum-free ultra premium deodorant for that cologne quality scent on the go. The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all bases from head to toe and from hair to ball fro.
Perfect. And like Josh said, this is the prime time for dandruff in my short hair phase, and the 2-in-1 really does, no bullshit, not give me dandruff. There's not many shampoos that do it, and this one does. But get 20% off and free shipping with code Trough at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code Trough. Use the Platinum package because the gold standard is no longer good enough. I've been going to jiu-jitsu for like a year and a half, pretty straight. I mean, I hurt my back, I got in a car accident, hurt my back a little bit, was out for a couple weeks, fucked up my ribs here and there, but going, even when I was hurt, still going. And then the head instructor, or like the guy second in charge who teaches all the morning classes, has a girlfriend who also trains jiu-jitsu. And we were training the Saturday before like the whole promotion ceremony, and she, like, you could tell didn't know like how to like carry on a conversation, because obviously she knew I was getting promoted, but like didn't know. And so like she starts asking like, oh, what belt are you? And like you could see like her face kind of like go red and like, oh fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that. So I had some sort of an idea that it was coming, you know what I mean? Like it was just random. Like, so I had a feeling that maybe it was coming. And then the next day is like our open mat. We do like a party, whatever, promotions. And there's like 50 guys in there sharing a small amount of mat space. Like round 3, and there's already like a cloud above our head of like gross, swampy air. It was foul. So you pop open the doors and it gets a little better, but right, like there's nothing you can really do. Like you're just in the swamp at that point. And so I like am rolling.
This is how my nuts feel on a hot day,
dude. It's like, it's crazy. Like that's when Manscaped comes in, because it's fucking wild. But so we're rolling, and there's this brown belt that actually moved down to San Diego to the 10th planet down there. And he was like the guy that kind of took me under his wing, and he was like, hey, like I'll show you, like same body type, like long, lanky. He's like just trying to like show me instill his ways on me. And then he took off. So like he came back for this ceremony. It was like the first time I've seen him forever. So I'm like, oh God. He's like, you want to roll? I'm like, fuck God. Yeah, I do. But like, no. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm rolling with them, and it's just like a hard round. Like I don't think he ended up heel hooking me, which I wasn't a blue belt yet. He's not supposed to do. But no, I'm always game for it. So I didn't give a shit, but whatever. And like after that round, like something happened, and like I just could not catch my breath. Like no fresh air in the building. And like I was like trying to breathe and like just couldn't breathe. It was wild. And so like I'm hopping, like getting off the mat, like dry heaving, and just have like nothing in my stomach. Didn't eat that morning. Like just have like Gatorade in my stomach from the round before. Go outside, just start yarfing everywhere. I don't know what happened. Just like puking my brains out. Like it was crazy. All over my rash guard. Like I don't know. It has not happened before. Like hasn't happened since. And that wasn't even like the worst of the rounds. So I don't know why I brought another rash guard that day. Brought another rash guard, thank God. Change into that one, and then continue the rounds. Exactly. Yeah. Keep dogging it out, and then ended up getting my blue belt later that day. Feels good, but like I said, long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little memento on the way.
Oh,
that's awesome though, dude.
No,
that's so sick.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that did, dude. It feels like it happened in no time. I mean, you've been grinding for a long time with it now, but feels like you kind of like flew through it. Learned it, picked it up quick.
Yeah, and that's like the professor was like, or whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I don't even know what to call him. That's like the weirdest thing. Like the head guy, it's not a sensei, but. I always call him professor, and he looks at me funny, and I'm like, I don't know what to call you, brother.
I feel like there's a name for it that's like right on the master. No.
Yeah, so it would be like headmaster Eddie Bravo, master.
Headmaster.
So like that would be like Eddie Bravo of 10th Planet. Anyways, he was like, he's been here for like 2 years, and I was like, fuck, it's only been like a year and a half. And I was like, yes, that's a good feeling. And then like some guys were like, oh, we thought you were a blue belt. And I was like, that's a better feeling than fucking getting my blue belt. You know what I mean?
You were ready.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it wasn't fucking a charity gift. So made me feel good.
Yeah. And we were sending back and forth some for Ross Zahabi little YouTube videos and things like that. And he's someone that like has talked about that before, about like let someone be the lower belt, like let them be the lower belt even longer than they need to be, and then give them that belt, because you're not doing them any favors by giving them the belt, and then they get tapped out by a white belt, or they get a purple belt gets tapped out by a blue belt. It's like you're not doing them any favors,
Right.
So, and at 10th Planet they don't fuck around, so
it's
well deserved, well earned, dude.
I appreciate it. And like you said, it is like legit, but like there's that graph where it's like some white belts are gonna be better than some blue, but you know what I mean? Like there's just like I've already gotten tapped by another fucking white belt since I've had my blue belt. I'm like, but it's fucking part of it, you know what I mean? Just I'm juiced to say the least. It was a nice gift. Before I went off, I took off for a week for camping right after that, so I felt like an asshole. I get my blue belt, then I'm not at jiu-jitsu for a week. It's like I'm the guy that gets it and just like, perfect, I'm a blue belt, never have to show up again.
Yeah.
And there's so many of those guys that like they get it, and then you see them a few more times and they just start fading out slowly, and I'm like, damn, can't let it be me.
Well, dude, I hear purple belt's the hardest one to get.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, obviously, it's harder to be a black belt than it is to be a purple belt, because you have to stick with it. But because a lot of guys kind of quit after the blue belt. So
yeah, and it's like exactly, there is a big gap between knowing the moves and then being able to apply them everywhere at jiu-jitsu. But you know what the hardest belt to get is?
White belt.
Damn, you're good. You're good. You're damn good. That's
Let's go.
That's the old adage we always throw at people. It's the white belt's the hardest to get. This guy at our jiu-jitsu gyms like does film and like pictures. He fucking traveled to Senegal. I kind of want to say on a whim. Like he had a hookup, and then like the hookup fell through, and he was like, "Fuck it, I already have tickets bought." and it's like this crazy ass fighting, and he goes and takes pictures and like, and he's doing like a documentary style thing about jiu-jitsu, and it's sick. And he I'm super excited for it to come out. The guy's a fucking legend, super good at what he does. Ojo photos. But yeah,
dude. Yeah, how's Joe Thoreau doing, by the way? Did I see this correctly, that he's the #1 ranked lightweight in California?
He won the state championship. Yeah, #1 am.
State
Crazy.
#1 amateur.
Crazy.
So like, pardon me. So like,
nice
he
hog.
Potentially sorry about that. He potentially could be on the, what's it called? The Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Right. Yeah.
The Ultimate Fighter, like he's of those type of guys that they pull, and then they show the like local fights that they do and shit like that, right?
Right. A lot of the Ultimate Fighter now is like pro guys in lower organizations, but like still it's same crap. You know what I mean? Like whenever he wants to go pro, I feel like he could at this point. He's the #1 amateur, but again, it's like the thing you maybe want to take a couple fights as the champ, so you know what it feels like to be in the headlights and shit like that. You know what I mean?
It's his belt. That's sick.
Yeah, super sick.
He's got to defend it. Yeah, he's definitely got to defend it. But what's next for him? Like you said, like he could go pro, but what would that even be?
He could find a lower level organization that would sign him. There's a bunch out there. I'm sure there's some in California that I don't really know about, but yeah, I mean, you could do a lot of things. Who's that?
That's that's like the backyard. It's like in Oklahoma. You've never seen these like on YouTube?
What's it called?
It's like street beef. I think it's called Street Beefs.
Oh, yeah. I was asking whose shadow it was, and then I didn't hear you. Street Beefs. Oh, yeah. No, Street Beefs are classic.
Dude, those are so awesome. I love watching the Demetrius Johnson breakdowns of them.
Some of them are so violent, it's hard to watch. Because, like, they're mismatched. You know what I mean? Like, it's, like, not even close.
Yeah. I love watching videos of, like, bullies getting the shit beat out of them. And there's this one video I was showing Dante, and it's pretty much this guy, like, getting, like, pinned into a corner by these two other guys, like, pressing him, like he has nowhere else to go. And they're, like, I don't know, like, talking shit, mad, trying to rob him. I don't know what the situation was. But so two guys are attacking him. First guy goes to kick him, and he fucking grabs his leg, throws him on his fucking ass, turns to the second guy, knocks him out, goes back to the first guy, goes back to the second guy, beats both their ass. But what I hate to see is people's head hit concrete. That's the one thing I cannot stand. I cannot stand watching that. Like I just turned my head. Oh my God! There's this one video of like a coach or a parent attacking a ref and like picking him up and like slamming him, and it just went completely wrong, like so wrong. And I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. And sorry like, for everyone listening and to put that image, but like, God damn.
Nah, and it really is like, and it could happen at any time, right? You hit the button and knock someone out, and they just hit their head, or like even push someone, smack their head. I remember like Jordan Crocker trying to be funny with Mikey, kicked his legs out. Mikey smacked his head on a fucking handrail, concussed him bad, like really bad. Yeah. Started off his whole string of concussions. Yeah, I mean, you just never, it's so dumb. You just never fucking know. And I feel like those.
Like, I can't believe we used to tabletop people. Sorry to cut you
off. No. I mean, at least we were on grass for the most part. You know what I mean? We were somewhat smart about it. And there was like a backpack. Yeah. That was the other thing. Like, I try to look on the bright side of that one. You had a backpack to break the fall.
No, you break the fall. Boom.
Oh, that's true. Probably teeter-totter it fucking right in the middle.
Those are the words. That's the Tua.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what I was going to say. Most of those fight videos, I feel like, are happening in bathrooms, too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking tile floor, hard as shit, kids getting fucking rocked. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But I do love a bully getting the shit kicked out of him. Or like, even a leg kick in a fight doesn't even have to be a bully, but I love seeing a rogue leg kick in a fight where it doesn't belong, and it's just like, oh, so satisfying. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's get into there's a couple things I want to talk about. Let's talk about that. NFL running back SNITCHuation.
Damn. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to unionize, dude. Bring on the scabs. So
Go on.
I don't like. For me, the whole situation is, well, essentially, for those that don't know, like the elite running backs in the league are having a hard time getting paid to what they see their value is, right? So they're trying to get these big contracts and they're not really getting paid by the organization because they could find replacements that they could pay 10% that do the job just as well. So like the example would be like, why would you pay Saquon Barkley whatever it is, hella money, pay him like a quarterback pretty much,
right,
when you could pay a 6th-round running back like Isaiah Pacheco on the Chiefs literally not even $1 million or whatever it is. So it's like, to me, I see it as a situation kind of similar to like the backup center or the backup power forward that played throughout the 70s, who's just on the roster. He couldn't really shoot, couldn't really dribble, was just a big guy kind of there to rebound, and then the game changes and they don't have a roster spot for you, you know? You're not as valuable.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask too. Like, how much of this is the evolution of the game versus the game trying to just game them? You know what I mean? Like the owners and GMs trying to game them. I think it's in large part due to just how the game's being played now. And it's like, obviously you need a running back to create the threat for the throw. There's a lot of things that go into it, but it's not quite how a lot of teams are playing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as valuable as it once was. They're not putting up the numbers they once did.
Exactly. You don't need a post-up power forward anymore.
Yeah.
You know? It's just, we need 3-point shooters where it's a 3-point game. So it's like, yeah, it's a passing league. So they don't really have the value, but that's pretty much the synopsis on the situation. I hope they get paid, to bring it full circle, because it's really tough. Like, I admire everyone, or I would want everyone to go and try and get their money while they can, because the system's kind of rigged against them in terms of like players trying to get leverage against owners. Like, that's going to be just impossible, because you have to get everyone in the league on the same page, like with the players union, and they only have to get 30 guys or 32 guys, you know?
Right. Not even a roster's worth of players. Not even half a roster.
Literally.
But the other thing I was going to ask with this is like, what can they do? Like, is there anything, like, they can start these text message chains, they can talk, they can post all they want, but like you said, there's always going to be the next guy willing to step up for less money.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything they can do. I feel like that's kind of like the moral of the story, is like what they would have to do is have like a running backs, like, players union, like their own little union or whatever it is. But dude, like, you're not going to get a guy that like Christian McCaffrey, who just got paid to fucking hold out for you, Saquon. Like,
yeah,
you know, that's kind of a tough ask at the end of the day. Everyone's got to go get their bag. Like, they've been dreaming to be in the NFL their whole life. They're not just going to sit out so someone else can get paid extra, you know?
Yeah. And like a situation like McCaffrey, like, he is valuable to that offensive scheme, right? Like, there's situations where it does make sense to pay your running back, but like, it's not everyone.
Yeah. And the other part about it, and it's just like the sad reality, is that you don't get paid for what you've done. You get paid for what you're going to do, right? So if you put in 5 years on your rookie contract, put in work, okay, now you're 27. Why am I going to project you to be 30 and still killing it, you know, on this massive deal that's going to hurt my cap space? It just doesn't make sense. And that's kind of a tough spot for running backs, because they're putting in work, they're taking the beating. Like, they are very valuable to the offense, as we kind of just mentioned. Like, they're a very necessary part of it. But yeah, at the end of the day, running backs getting old, they're not really like projecting to have that same like trajectory.
No, for sure. There's a steep decline. Now, does this hurt your fantasy at all? You're thinking in fantasy. What does it do for?
Well, that was the next thing. So yeah, that was the next thing, because D Roach has Saquon as the keeper. So this has been the keeper watch, you know, all off season, seeing, you know, if he's going to hang on to him or not. But fantasy wise, Fantasy-wise, this is what's happening. So we have a group chat that we've had for a long time. It's called the Gas Chat. And we decided to finally make a fantasy football league with the guys from the Gas Chat.
Horrid.
We feel like this has been long overdue. So we were able to scrape together 12 guys. Your name was mentioned in the group chat. I brought it up, but I hear you're not much of a fantasy guy.
Not a fantasy guy, and not a guy of group chats. I stay out of them where I can.
Yeah. Dude, I'm in the worst amount of group chat. I'm in the worst group chats ever. I have like a hoop group chat that like is inactive. I have an active one.
Yeah. It's crazy. They're too much. And then when they are going, it's like that's what I mean. Exactly. And it's like I don't even care. Like what just kick me out. I feel bad leaving. Please boot me.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, a league has started, so we're trying to lay down the laws, the format, determine all this stuff. And I've been making a huge push for the Superflex League. Now, a Superflex League is a league where you get 2 quarterbacks active in your starting roster each week.
That's, not bad. It leaves six QBs open, right? But what if guys are swiping? Like, what if one guy has a bunch of QBs on his bench, is just the dickhead of the league, and one of your QBs gets injured? With the 12-man league, I feel like that's... No? Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it makes sense, but I think what you're saying is that the quarterback position becomes so much more valuable.
Ah, I see, and that's what you want.
This is the argument that I've been making is, how are we in a place where the quarterback is by far and away the most important position in football, but it's the least important position in fantasy football? And now there's going to be people out there who say, no, quarterbacks are valuable in fantasy. And this is what they were saying in the chat. Well, then draft him in the first round if he's so valuable. But quarterbacks don't get drafted in the first round because guess what? I can just wait the whole draft and I still get a top third of the league quarterback.
Good point.
You're still getting a top 12 guy, For
sure.
So...
No, it's crazy. Like you said, it should be more up to the QB. Like, it sucks to see a kicker on the line for the fantasy. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I get it, but
put it this way. Last season, Joe Burrow averaged 21 points per game in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And Geno Smith averaged 18.
That's crazy.
So we're looking at a 3-point difference between, like the number 2, 3, and the number like 10, 12.
Yeah. Maybe 10,
and so
12.
It's like, what are we doing? We need to have more variance here. We need to put more value on the quarterback. So that's why I'm riding hard for the Superflex League. It's coming down to 2 votes.
Ooh, who's left?
Mate, as in Matt Melendrez.
That's what I was going to say.
And J Pay, as in Justin Perea.
Wow. And now are you doing some persuading? Are you lobbying on the side?
I send them both the text. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. I send them both the text. I said, we're doing Superflex. Superflex to the moon, boys.
Superflex to the moon. I love that. Fuck. I've always wanted to be a commish in a fantasy league. That's where I see myself. I don't see myself as playing in one. I see myself as the arbitrator, making sure all the trades are up to par, but really just letting any trades go through. I feel like if you're a fantasy owner or a fantasy whatever I just said, commish, and you're denying trades, you're the biggest asshole in the world.
For me personally, I think there's only one way that vetoing trade should ever happen. And this is a vote that was on that vote that I was talking about that's still yet to be decided, I think.
I like it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So the only way that you can do veto is if everyone else who's not involved with the trade unanimously decides not to let it happen.
Ooh.
I think if it's because there's always going to be one guy that believes what we believe, which is all trades should go through. If 2 people agree on a trade, then that's the trade. That's kind of where I come from. But at the same time, if it's like ridiculous, it's ruining the integrity of the league, I think the rest of the league should have an opportunity to kind of step in and say, nah, this is bullshit. This is foo-foo.
Right. No, that
You know,
that
you're
totally
giving
makes
up and
sense.
giving them all your good players. Like, you're cheating.
Right,
This isn't a
tanking
trade.
to exactly split the pot or just be dumb. Now that makes sense. I never thought of it that way. But I feel like that is a good way to do it. A full veto versus like having one guy just say no. I mean, that's so
Not
dumb.
I don't want the majority, like, you know, where there's
Too
10
easy
guys and then you do the majority. It's too easy for just
to
a
be
couple butthurt
butthurt.
guys to get together.
Exactly.
You just need one person to like have logic, you know,
Yeah.
and ruin it for everyone, or save the day, depending on how you're looking at it.
I like it.
But yeah.
You got to let me know how that ends up.
Yeah, my other league is having the draft in San Diego this year, so
yeah, when
no
is
travel
that?
costs associated. The 19th of August.
Right. Ooh, coming up.
Coming up, dude.
Couple weeks.
Coming up. We're gonna draft on the beach, supposedly.
That sounds like it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Good thing it's never windy at beaches.
Yeah, and it's not like cops ever come by and see if people are drinking alcohol.
Great point.
You know, and the wind, like, come on, like with the wind, boys. I was like, guys, I could reserve us a little backspace at a bar. It has a pool table and darts. We could put up a whole draft board and get beer. And then I was just like, they're like, beach, and I was like,
all right. Are they staying at a hotel or do they get an Airbnb? What's the
Airbnb in it?
Nice.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's where you guys end up fucking doing the draft. You'll get round one at the beach, get some picks, and then finish her off at the Cos.
Opening ceremony, that'd be cool, like an opening ceremony at the beach.
Smart.
And we do, to determine the draft order, we do like an Olympic style situation. So it's like shotgun a beer, make a beer pong shot, hit a cornhole shot.
For time?
For time, yeah, time.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. Do a flip cup. Throw a football into like a target. It's like all these different things. You got to do it as fast as you can, and then whoever wins gets to choose what their draft position is.
I like that. Now, what's the ideal draft position? Is it like 3, 4, or is it 1?
3, 4 for me. 3, 4 for me. It depends. It depends on the year, but I like 3, 4 because there's always a group of top guys where you're like, I don't really care who I get here.
Need one of them.
I just need one of these guys.
Yeah.
And then the decision's out of your hands, and then you're good, and then you get, you know, a little bit earlier on the second pick. So that's probably what I would take. Either that or just give me fucking 12 and let's ride.
Double up at the end. How important is Travis Kelce? A good tight end.
Automatic first rounder. Yeah. Automatic first rounder all day. But Travis Kelce, I'm pretty sure maybe he either led the league or was one of the top guys in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, including wide receivers. So numbers wise, it just doesn't matter. You just need to take him. But then it also doubles his power because there's less good tight ends, so you're getting that like
exactly, yeah.
But the problem is you draft Kelce in the first round. Now you got holes, man, because now you don't have a first round running back or a first round receiver.
Good point.
And you pretty much can't take a quarterback because then, you know, in the second round, because then it starts to snowball.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck?
That's a good point.
Think about the super draft. Think about Superflex. What your draft strategy is. Your draft strategy has just become so much more kind of like complex, you know?
Oh, for sure.
It's like, do I go quarterback earlier? If everyone's going quarterback, do I just snag
the best
Christian McCaffrey?
Exactly, like,
way later, you know?
That's true. That would be interesting. Where are you guys doing that draft? Is that going to be like just an online? I'd love to sit in on that.
I was going to say you should come in and be the commish for this league.
Oh,
don't even be in it. Just be the Leviathan.
I would have to see who's in it. See if they're wrangleable. You know what I mean? See if they would listen to a commish. Not that I even want to say anything.
Would be Mr. Derek Sorensen or maybe Mr. Grouch.
Oh, they're good.
P-Hawk?
I mean, I don't even have anything to say as a commish, but if I did, you got to make sure that.
I mean, you can hold it down, you know? I always like the model of like put the commission charge and what they say goes. Yeah. No debating, no voting, or if they want to put something up to a vote, it's up to them. But they have carte blanche to take the league in whatever direction they want. That's kind of how I see it.
Not a bad way of doing it, especially if you're switching off commission. You know what I mean? Like 1 or 2 years and then go to a new guy. And it's like, if you like the way he did it, fucking keep it. If not, switch it up.
It's just like you're in charge, you know? Everyone in the league can be like, what are we doing? Commish, right. You know? Instead of everyone looking at each other like, what are we doing? Yeah. And then someone kind of like steps up, you know? So.
No, it makes sense. It makes fucking sense. Real quick before we get into this draft, horse races? I saw you guys all dressed up looking spiffy.
Dude, yeah, I went to the horse races. I didn't actually go with the boys. I went with one of my guys that I used to work with at Hoover.
Oh, nice.
Who had an extra ticket, invited me. And I was like low-key stressing because it was the first day I moved in the house. I didn't have Wi-Fi. I had to like go over to Kenny's house at 7 a.m. to do my meeting.
Fuck.
Like it was like one of those days. And then he hits me up. He's like, "We still on for 11 o'clock?" Like, and I was just like, "Fuck!" Like I'm behind at work. Everything. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, we're still on. Let's fucking do it. And so we went out to the fucking horse races. I wore my little like Winston Churchill hat. You know, little brown guy. And it was cool. We turned $25 into $150.
Fuck, that's pretty nice. Let's go. Now, do you know what you're doing with horse race, like horse betting, like with the trifectas and all that? Or are you just picking horses with decent odds and saying, let's give it a shot?
I don't know what the trifectas is, but I know that you can either bet them to win, which is get first,
place,
which is to get second, or first, or show.
Yeah.
And there was a situation. It went both ways for us. There was a situation we didn't know the difference at first. We thought place was show. We thought place was top 3. Yeah. And then so on the first race of the day, we bet and we hit and we bet it to place, and we meant show, but then it won. So it worked out better.
Yeah.
So it worked out better on the first one. For those that don't follow. Yeah. So it worked out better on the first one. And then we did it again without knowing that.
Like, still not knowing. You just knew you won. Yeah.
Still not knowing. So we bet again. We go, this one to place. And it goes and it gets third. And we're all jumping. We're jumping and we're high-fiving. And then someone else is like, fuck. And we're like, what? And they're like, oh, no, they didn't win. And I was like,
fuck.
No. So it kind of evened out.
Yeah.
But it was good. Good times.
That's fun. Yeah, that trifecta would be picking the win, place, and show. Then you can do like an exacto where you're picking the exact order they win, place, show. And it's just, it's like parlays for fucking horse. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. No, it's wild. But there's nothing like going to the horse races though, and just sitting there picking out a horse, finding a color you like or a number, and just being like, that's the guy.
Well, so the guys that we were I actually have a few stories from this, but the guys that we were sitting next to, one of the guys, his dad was texting him, and he said 6 to show wow. every race, and 6 showed every single race for the first half of the day, like. Honestly, up until the point that we left, pretty much.
Fuck.
Like 6 kept hitting, and his dad was just like, keep hammering it, and it was sick. I was like, his dad's the fucking maestro.
So well, there's a guy who was at Golden Gate Fields. His name is Russell Bays, and he was like a long time jockey. He might hold the career wins for jockeys ever, just because he would be at the fucking Golden Gate Fields all weekend long, all day long. But he was like one of those guys. It would always be fucking showing, you know what I mean? Top 3, always right there. So it was like, if nothing else, you just sprinkle a little extra on Russell Bays to make your money back at the end. That's sick. That guy's dad must have felt fucking legendary, calling out bets, texting him in.
Yes, and there was a bit of a situation where this guy who was texting his dad was there with a girl, and then they're like there together, and then he gets up and goes to the bathroom, and the girl's like, just so you guys know, like, you know, like, we've only been dating 3 months, like, we're not together or whatever. And I was just like, oh, like, okay,
right.
But then we just kind of like jumped into just like talking about dating and talking about like just like diving into it as just friends or whatever. But then by the time he got back, we were like knee deep into talking about like throuples and like
Jesus, you threw the whole JLannd kit and caboodle on
the
her.
whole thing. Can you be in love with two people at the same time?
Oh, brother.
Like can you be in love with two people at the same time was the conversation he came back to. So I was like, dude, he probably thinks I'm trying to steal his girl. Like,
yeah, what the fuck?
And I wasn't, dude. I really wasn't. She had a big personality. She was like jumping straight into the like relationship talk. And it wasn't just me and her. Like my boy that I came with was involved in this conversation, although he is on the quieter side. But I just felt it was just so awkward because I realized like we were talking about stuff that they hadn't necessarily like talked about together themselves. So I was just like, oh, I kind of just like, I don't know. The conversation, he like joined it enthusiastically, but I could tell that they were like, it was just awkward, dude. It was just so awkward. And then they had like a little side combo and stuff, and I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, this is so awkward.
JLannd, leave the thruples at home.
Yeah, I know. For real. It was a good time though. I honestly was having so much fun with the conversation. That's the thing. That's the worst part.
Right. No, exactly. And it's like you don't mean any harm. Right. For sure.
But I just imagine him walking back and she's just sitting in between us being like, do you think it's impossible to be in love with two people at the same time? And I'm just like, dude, what is he like? You know, it was the worst. I'm the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna disagree. No. Like I said, you meant no harm. Just not the best thing to come back to at the horse races. You think you're just gonna go take a week and get back to the races, and it's now you got to be on watch for old JLannd, old fucking sailor you.
No, it was just a Larry David moment. That's all it was. Just a Seinfeld moment. That's all it was.
Nah, I love it. That's just fun stuff. Good, clean family fun. Did you say there was another story from the horse races?
That was the two stories.
That's good. I mean,
it was just an awkward situation. That's all it was. Just a little bit of a funny, awkward like thing that me and my homie were laughing about later. So
yeah, no,
I was a bit of a villain in this situation. I gotta say.
Wow, look at that transition. Look at the man go. Watch him go. So, as we've just heard, we will be doing the movie villain draft. It was on me. I didn't post the last draft. I'll do it on a week that we don't do the podcast and sneak it in with the other ones. I literally just had no service and I forgot to time it, or schedule one.
Hey, birthday week. I think it's hectic.
Ooh, sorry, excuse me. I had to hit the old burp button. Yeah, no, I just forgot. So that's on me. We'll get that one up. But with that being said, I think I did go first last week. So you will have the reins with the first pick of our movie villain draft. And with that being said, take it away.
All right. So with the first pick from the movie villain draft, I'm going to be going with the classic. And to be honest, I'm not so familiar with, I'll just say it, Darth Vader.
Wow. I mean, that's a classic.
Now, he's 100% a villain, right? Or because he's also Luke Skywalker or some shit, right?
I think he's technically Luke's father. Isn't that what the whole thing is? Leia's his sister.
He's Anakin.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Because he was a good guy at one point or some shit. Like in the new movies, which are supposed to be the prequels.
Right.
Right? And those were the ones I more so came up on.
Oh, really? See, those ones were the ones that came out as when we were kids, but I watched the old ones and played like the video games of the old ones way more than I watched the new ones.
Gotcha. I always knew that the old ones were the real ones or whatever it may be. But yeah, those are the ones that I like watch more as a kid were the newer ones. So yeah. Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father. I mean, just look at him. He looks more like a villain than anyone on the list, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of iconicness.
Just, I mean, been spoofed more than a lot of the villains ever. Spaceballs, classic, with Rick Moranis. But yeah, I mean, just
great brand recognition.
What'd you say?
Great brand recognition.
Oh, for sure.
Name recognition. Yeah.
And he just, I mean, all black with the fucking red lightsaber. Red, right? I'm pretty sure he was the Vil. I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but
me either. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I wasn't even 1,000% sure that he was a villain.
Oh no, he's definitely a villain. But I've heard people try and spin it the other way, where he's really the one trying to save. You know what I mean? He's doing the right thing.
I knew there was something out there like
right,
that.
Right. Exactly. Some bullshit. He's the real rebel or fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do like that Darth Vader, and I feel like a lot of people are Star Wars people, so you'll might get the vote with that one alone. But here I go. Now, dude, there's so many good ones, and it's hard to not stay in our era of movies, right? Because these are like the ones we came up on, and it's like I'm sure there's a ton of other ones, but I'm gonna stay in our era. This is a guy that may have taken the role a bit too serious. He's asking why so serious, and I'm gonna go with Dark Knight's Joker, Heath Ledger, the Joker.
Nice. That was my next pick.
Nice. I'm glad I snagged it then. Yeah, I mean, just a classic. Like I said, a guy that might have taken it a bit too far. You hear all these stories coming out afterwards of like shit that wasn't really like planned but happened, like the explosion where he's fucking maniacally hitting the button trying to get the shit to explode, and then like then it does, like stuff like that. Just a legend though. One of the greatest opening scenes of any movie ever. But yeah, the joke.
I need to give that another watch sometime soon. Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah. And it's that one came out I think the weekend before my birthday, the same year Step Brothers came out. And so I think my birthday day I saw The Dark Knight in the morning and then Step Brothers at night. Just I mean, top 5 birthdays of all time. Legendary.
Yeah. Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Oh, so good.
In theaters?
In theaters. Yep. So Dark Knight with the family, then the old cool cousin Dave takes me and the boys out to go see Step Brothers, and we just go to Jake's before.
How old?
Fuck, I don't know. I probably was like 6th or 7th grade. I forget. But I mean, just
nice.
Prime
That's
age.
A good age for the cool cousin to take you to Step Brothers.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no. Going back to it, the Joker, fucking another one, brand recognition up the wazoo. How many people have you seen be the fucking Joker for Halloween?
Oh my God, so many people.
And it's like, it goes from all the way, like, it's like the Office scene where you have the fucking Kevin Malones to the Creeds. Like, they go from shitty to like really good. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, good choice, Jim. Hit the bells for me.
Here we go.
Jim, before I say my pick, I just first want to congratulate you for drafting the second coolest Batman villain. Because I was born in the dark. Give me Bane.
Wow.
Mr. Born in the Dark Bane, dude. Honestly, you want honesty? Honestly, such a badass, dude. That guy was such a fucking badass. I was rooting for Bane, dude. He was sick. Remember when he blew up the Steelers shit?
I was going to say, yeah, they just had that thing come out where they showed all the, it was like the anniversary, of that movie coming out. I think it was like last week or whatever. But they had all the Hines Ward, Ben Roethlisberger, fucking, I think Palomalu was still playing at the time. But yeah, Bane's sick. I'm not the biggest fan because I'm just the regular Dark Knight. I've seen that movie way more than the others, so I'm not knowledgeable so much on Bane, but just a big jacked motherfucker.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I'm very happy with that pick. I was born in the dark.
No, I like it, and like you said, that's a money quote. Born in the darkness. That's terrifying.
Yeah. And I think Batman has the sickest villains out of any of these superhero movies, at least.
Yeah,
he just got 2 in the first 2 rounds. Pretty good,
right? And I feel like the Batman ones are scarier because they could almost be real, like Batman, right? Like he doesn't really have a superpower. He's just fucking super rich and smart. But like all of his villains are like, you could somewhat, I mean, besides the Sandman, like there's a couple that are like obviously ridiculous, but like you could somewhat draw a conclusion to a real life fucking Bane or a Joker, right? Like some biohacker goes too far with shit. Some Bradley Martin fucking gets a little too crazy.
Maybe Bane was symbolism for people that spend too much time indoors, don't get enough sunlight.
Could be.
Like biohackers.
That's what I mean. Yeah, right? Some fucking wild. Yeah. But then, yeah, I don't know. I love Batman. I'm more of a DC guy. People hate it, but DC's got sicker superheroes than Marvel. It's not even close. But yeah, Bane, number 2. Wow. There it is. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna hop off the fake stuff. I'll move into real territory. This guy is a bigger piece of shit. He eats pieces of shit for breakfast, and that's gonna be Shooter McGavin, Happy nice. Gilmore. I mean, just a classic villain. He tries to steal plane for Chubbs from Happy. He just a classic has-been, or I mean, maybe it never was. Never got the gold jacket.
Yeah.
But your classic '90s asshole. The 10th green at 9 p.m. whatever it is. The
Shaking
best.
Their perm.
Shoot up. But yeah,
he really was the worst, but he played that so well. The actor played that so well.
It's so good. And like, I hate parody accounts for the most part on like social media, but there's a Shooter McGavin one on Twitter that is just like during PGA events is like always still so funny. It's like obviously not him running it, but they just like tweet shit he would say, and it's just like, fuck. Like if Shooter was a real person, he would be the biggest cocksucker I've ever fucking met.
Yeah, exactly. When he buys the house, or doesn't he do something with the house?
Yeah,
like
he buys the grandma's house that's up for sale. Yeah, I mean that's the whole plot
beyond
line.
Just being an asshole. That's you getting invested in my downfall. That's ridiculous. Great villain. Great choice.
Great villain, and sometimes investing in downfalls is very nice. It's petty, but sometimes it has to be done.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, number 3.
All right. This villain here is a killer. He killed the best friend of Rocky Balboa in Rocky 4. We're going with Drago, whatever his name is.
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago.
That's sick.
I must break you.
And I mean, you can go however deep you want with that, right? That's the Russia versus America. That's like the ultimate villain.
It ended the Cold War.
Some would argue. Some
would say that movie ended the Cold War.
Very few would say that, but hey, I think Sylvester
That's how we won it.
Sly says it.
I mean, pretty great propaganda. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like a white belt level with my Cold War knowledge, but I feel like the Cold War was primarily about propaganda, was it not?
I mean,
at least it was a big factor.
What made it the Cold War. There was nothing ever launched. It was just all words, all talk, all stalemate that could have popped off any second. So yeah, no, that's on both sides. That's the crazy part, right? Like we're giving it to our own citizens, but we're also trying to get the word out in propaganda to theirs as well. Like it was a huge shit show.
Yeah. And Rocky 4 was a great piece of that. So, I mean, it speaks for itself, man. We defeated it. We defeated Drago. Because we all felt like we were rooting for Rocky in that one. You know, in the first one, the second one, even against Mr. T, even against Mr. T, like, he kind of deserved to get his ass beat. He got cocky. He's doing shit with the Hulk. It was like, but Rocky 4, we were all pulling for him. So that's my villain, my third choice.
Love that. And just to quote Seth, quoting one of our presidents, Mr. Gorbachev, you must tear down that wall. So good. I've heard him say that more than anything probably ever. Fucking legend. Sethery. All right, let's hit these touch tones. Boom. All right. This next one, another guy, great PR team, for this man. He's a piece of shit. You don't even really know who he is because he's the one whose name you cannot say, and that is Voldemort, Lord Voldemort.
That's so good. Oh no.
He falls to a third round pick. Who would have saw Voldy Boy?
He's the ultimate.
Fall into a 3. But yeah, I mean, just the ultimate piece of shit. Kills Harry's parents. Can't kill Harry. Maybe this is another situation where Harry's the bad guy. It all is just how J.K. Rowling portrayed it. You know what I mean? She was on Harry's side. I want to see a book presented from Voldemort's side.
Yeah.
But
give us the hook, you know?
Wow, the Hook. Wow, what a movie Hook was. So good. Captain Hook didn't make this list, but shit, he might be an honorable mensch.
And there was another one about what's it called? Dorothy and the witches. The Wild West. Witch of the West.
Wicked? Yeah.
Wicked? Yeah.
The Wicked Witch of the West is, I mean, she probably won't make my list, but that's a good pick for this. That's like the OG bitch. You know what I mean? But Voldemort, yeah. Has to be. He's caused a lot of havoc over his time. But yeah, lock it in. Round 4, here we go.
I really wish I made a list at this point.
What 20? I mean, like 18 drafts deep. We gotta start making some lists. You would think.
Hey, it's only because I feel bad because I was running you, so I started to prepare a little bit less. So you had a chance to come back in this draft. It is your pod. So with my next pick, I'm gonna go ahead and draft Lord Farquaad of Shrek.
Lord Do you want the ART or Farquaad? I'm just kidding.
Is that what his name is?
I think it's Farquaad. I could be wrong though. I've been wrong before. Legend. Yeah. Short King.
Legendary haircut. Short King.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I remember a time where we brought him up earlier. Matty Melendrez grew his hair out, and people were just ripping him for looking like Farquaad. It was quite heinous, quite mean looking back, but kind of did.
Yeah, kind of a dick though. Didn't know how to treat a woman. Didn't want what was best for her.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure everyone sees it on Twitter and social media, but it just goes to show that a woman would rather date an ogre than a fucking short dickhead. It's just wild.
For real. Moral of the story, dude. Get those shoes that make you 3 inches taller.
Canceries or something like that.
And then stand on a box.
Yeah, fucking for real. Wow, Farquaad's good though. Gets eaten by the dragon in the end. But
what was the most heinous shit he did? I don't really remember.
Well, I mean, the whole story is he's trying to expand his kingdom, and so he sends all the critters to Shrek's swamp, and that's why Shrek has to go on the quest to get all the critters out his swamp.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, he's just.
And in the morning.
What?
I'm making waffles.
I'm making waffles. Yeah, Shrek's a good movie. Very rewatchable. I've watched that very recently. Good airplane movie. I find a lot of people looking over my shoulder watching Shrek when I got it on. You don't need sound. Everyone knows what's going on. Yeah, great airplane movie. Here we go. Ooh, this is tough. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I got a lot of picks left. And there's one I want to do, but no one will know. So I'll do.
I have one like that.
Yeah, right. All right, fuck it. I'll do it. Mine's gonna be Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. Just creepy as fuck. got the weird ass hairstyle, doesn't say much, flips coins to see whether people fucking live or die, has the cattle prod he's fucking killing people with. I mean, that's probably the scariest means of killing somebody in like a real movie. You know what I mean? Just the cattle prod right to the fucking head. You know, they don't even feel it. They're just dead.
I've never even seen the movie, but I know exactly who you're talking about. I know the face.
Right, exactly. Creepy ass face. But yeah, I mean, there's a scene in it where he's using that cattle prod, and it's like basically a supercharged like air compressor, and it like releases like a prod, and he hits it into a door, and the door handle like flies off and through and fucking kills a guy. Just sick. But sick bastard. Quiet. Sometimes the quiet ones are the, you know what I mean, the scariest. The ones that don't say anything, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
What's this guy thing? You're just trying to get in his head the whole time. But yeah, I love it. No Country for Old Men. I forget what his name is in that fucking movie. Anton? Sounds right.
Sounds about right.
What were you gonna say?
No. I'm very torn on which way I want to go here. I have one that is kind of almost too good not to pick, and then I have another one that I told myself I was going to pick coming into the draft.
Well, we can make it a 6-rounder if you'd like, or you can just.
You want to go 6?
I mean, there's plenty. There's plenty to do.
Let's
6.
Go 6.
Okay. All right.
Let's go 6.
All right.
All right. With my 5th pick, give me Dr. Evil.
Wow. Oh, shit. How did I not think of... Oh, wow. That is so good. Holy shit.
$1 million.
That's... Doctor, I'm like at a loss. I don't know how I didn't think of that. That is like a really fucking solid pick. He's great all the way through. You know what I mean? Just with mini-me, introduces a mini-me. Like, fucking Christ.
The best. Freezes himself.
Yeah.
Comes back. $1 million. $1 trillion.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but Dr. Evil. I mean, we talked about it a little. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I think. But I mean, just Austin Powers in general, fucking classic. I got away quoting that to all my friends, just passing lines off as my own. Just so good.
Oh yes.
Nothing better. Dr. Evil. Wow. I'm just pissed I didn't think of that. That's really good. All right. Well, we'll go round 5 for myself. All right. This is another guy, not a killer, but definitely a villain. And he spells his name White. White Goodman, dodgeball. Vince Vaughn snuck it out from underneath you. I mean, a classic. Just another guy that's hilariously evil. I mean, so over the top. What the hell's a bylaw? We're sweating like grease monkeys out here. Stuff I use all the time. So good.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the same scene as the WHIT.
Yeah.
The milkshakes at the end. I mean, come on. Is there a better end scene than fucking Ben Stiller doing milkshakes at 500 pounds? Amazing. But yeah, nah. White Goodman tries to steal Global Gym. Pays off LaFleur, Peter. Almost had him. Real villain shit.
Wow. I feel like we could go 10 on this one because I just thought of another one. That's crazy. But
I mean, we can. I got a list. So we can keep going, or we can stop at 6. I'll leave it up to you. But White Goodman.
We'll stop at 6. This will be my last pick, and then I'll have some honorable mentions.
Love that. Alrighty. All right, give it to us. Number 6. Pause.
Number 6 is going to be, and I don't know this character's name, but I don't even know if he has the name. But he wears a Bulls hat in Boys in the Hood, and he's the one that shoots Ricky in the alley. And if you're able to get an image of his face, everyone will know the face. And he's the villain, and he kills Ricky, who got a good enough score on his SAT to go to USC and play football. But
I'm not gonna lie,
that story, man.
Never seen Boys in the Hood.
Dude, Ice Cube. John Singleton.
Damn. That's crazy. It sounds
Movie
like a
of
real
the year,
fucking
19 whatever.
cocksucker. I mean, I believe it. I know they were just talking about it on Rogan when Cube was on there.
Dude, Lawrence Fishburne is in it as well, and Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah,
not the
great
biggest
cast.
Cuba guy. He overacts.
He does overact. Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire's good. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I never seen Boys in the Hood. I trust you wholeheartedly. I'll put his picture up. I'll find him.
I'll get the picture for you.
Love that. Yeah, send it my way. But guy who shoots Ricky in Boys in the Hood in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Put it down. If you get his name, send it to me as well. Well, that's like my No Country for Old Men. Obscure. People will know his face, but they won't really fucking know. You know what I mean? So
yeah. If you know, you know.
Exactly. But here we go. Round 6 for me. Now this is, I like being last because I can talk through these. And I'm going to go opposite order. So Hans Gruber made my list. Die Hard, the OG villain.
Yeah.
Just a cunning son of a bitch. He turns off his accent, speaks English to McClane, convinces them that he's one of the good guys, and then ends up getting kicked out of a fucking tower. What is it? Yakatomi, I forget. Plaza. Fucking gets booted out. Doesn't make the cut, but he's like an OG great villain. Have you ever seen Matilda?
Never.
Miss Trenchbull. She's a mean-ass son of a bitch. She throws girls by their pigtails. She's a mean-ass teacher. Mean, doesn't make the list. Now, this next one, Hannibal Lecter. Silence of the Lambs. Crazy.
There's a lot of scary movie villains that could be thrown out there. I was thinking about Scream. I was thinking about whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this guy is also a psychiatrist, so he's getting into the minds of the people that are supposed to be getting in his mind. So it's like doubly fucked. But the one I'm going to go with, and this might be another obscure one, but have you seen Like Mike?
Yeah.
Biddleman, the guy who runs the orphanage, who's just a piece of shit. He tries to kidnap Calvin Cambridge and bet against them, hold them down, not let them go to families. The biggest piece of shit. Anyone that's being an asshole at an orphanage can go kill themselves. But Biddleman, yeah. Tay Meek will do the Biddleman hairdo sometimes. He gets the bangs and he does the part, and it's real ugly. But yeah, have to do him. God, that's pause again. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's a big pause.
That's
a big pause.
That's really bad. But yeah, Biddleman's the close it out, the closer.
I have a couple honorable mentions. Well, really just one.
Let's hear.
Sack from Wedding Crashers.
Oh wow. Just a dick, you know what I mean? Just a dick.
I don't know if he fits in the villain category, but
he's definitely
in football.
That's what I mean. It should have almost been antagonist instead of villain, because like I
was thinking that too.
There's so many that are just like subtle enough to where they're just like fucking up the storyline, but he's definitely a villain.
100%.
That's really good.
Dick.
And that's like real life, right? Like you could imagine that guy at anywhere. Like that could be our friend's friend that he brings around for a day.
Yeah. Sack lunch.
Yeah, amazing. But there it is. Wow, our first 6-rounder. We love it. Might as well. We had the picks for it. And let me read it off real quick. All right, our 1 of 1 first overall draft. Josh went Vader, then Bane, Ivan Drago, Lord Farquaad, Dr. Evil, and then guy who shoots Ricky in the alley in Boys to the Hood. And then I went Joker from The Dark Knight, Shooter McGavin, Voldemort, Anton, I think his name is, from No Country for Old Men, White Goodman, and Biddleman from Like Mike. Lock it in. Yeah, wow. I will have this draft up this week. Promise that. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for doing this with us. Fuck, I can never get that right. It is crazy. Until next time, y'all. Adios.
Peace. I'm using it as a backstop for my phone right now.
What'd you get?
I guess a beard trimmer, Kenny said. I haven't opened the box yet, but...
Ooh.
Ooh is right, huh?
One of these bad boys?
Yes, sir. Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. We can do an ad read after this if you'd like. If not, I'll do it solo. That's no problem.
I'm down.
Okay. All right, let's get into this player draft. Or whatever the fuck we're doing, not draft, but
are you live right now?
We're live. I mean, we can cut as much of this or leave it or whatever. All right, what's the strategy for this? Are we leaving? Like, is there a, you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, if this is the right one, it's gonna then give us various. So we'll guess a player. Say we guess LeBron James. It'll tell us if it's older or younger than LeBron.
Right. I saw that. I saw that how to play. So.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, what's the strat?
Let's start with LeBron.
Okay. All right. So he's lower
Smaller
number.
Than 6'9".
Wow. He's not a forward.
Okay.
Wow. We got nothing. All right.
And LeBron doesn't help with the age thing because everyone's younger.
That's a good point.
Number is less than 23. So that's important.
Now,
let's pick a young guard in the East.
Yes.
Right. Now we're talking, right?
100%.
But think jersey number. But he's not a forward. So a guard in the East, jersey number. Harden?
What number is he? 1?
Go Harden.
No way. Oh.
Too fucking easy.
That's ridiculous.
Is there another one? We're fucking goats. Hey, we're the best fucking duo at this podal shit. Come see us. Any other pod that wants to go podal for podal, we'll go podal for podal. Pause.
I think there's only one a day.
I think it's one a day.
Damn.
Do we want to do a bonus one with there's other shit out there
50 greatest players in NBA history.
Okay, talk to me. We have to guess who they are?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, it's time? Let's run it. Oh, this is going to be a lot of typing.
Just start saying names.
All right, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Shaq. You can put him in just that quick? Oh, wow. Pippen.
I don't think Shaq's in this.
He is.
How come Shaq's not popping up?
Well, because you don't know how to spell his name.
I know.
He definitely was. David Robinson. Bill Russell was a good call as well. Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, Karl Malone. Oh, there's an image there. I can't even see the image. Jerry West.
Oh, you can't see the image?
Not really. I could zoom in. Oh, wow. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Dr. J. Julius Irving. George Gerving.
I don't know how to spell these names.
George.
Gervin.
Did it pop or no?
Yeah.
Well, Kevin McHale.
I don't know why these aren't going. I mean, I know why, but fuck, Christ.
Bill Walton. Robert Parrish. Isaiah Thomas? No. Who's this Knicks player? Fucking, what's his name? Walt Frazier? I think it's Z, maybe? Let's go. Is George Mikan in this photo?
I don't know how to spell his name.
Mikan.
Yep.
Boom. Pippen. Did you get him already?
Nope.
Kareem.
How do you spell Kareem?
There it is. E-M.
How
no.
the fuck?
Try Lou. Lou Alcindor. Fuck, what's our time at? 5 minutes? We're good. All right.
They took
There's
Jabbar.
a lot of old guys
fucking
here.
Christ.
Nate Thurmond. Definitely was looking at the wrong guy. That's okay, though. Isaiah Thomas. Did we get that one?
It did now. Dude, I can't see. My screen's so dark.
Oh,
where
Charles.
I'm looking at this.
Charles Barkley. Clyde the Glide.
Shrek's. Yeah.
Paul Arisen.
How the fuck do you spell that?
R-A-R.
I got it.
Boom.
You're over halfway. Oh no, you need one more for half.
Hakeem the Dream. Hakeem.
Dude.
Hopefully
you got it.
Are you looking him up on Google and then taking the spelling and copying and pasting?
No.
That's awesome. Oh.
Yes. 100%.
Sam Jones.
That's Mikey's girlfriend's name. Go on.
No way John Thompson's on here. No I.
You're such a dig.
No.
There is no way he's on here.
That looks like him though, right next to Wilt. Bob Cousy.
Help me. How do you spell it?
Oh, C-O-U-S-E-Y? Why? Did we get it?
Fuck.
Or no?
No E. Yep.
Is Moses on here? You know I love Moses.
I don't think so. Fuck, I can't even see.
Oh, Elgin. Baylor. Okay, so they have check marks if they've been marked. Oh, John Havlicek.
Did he steal the ball?
Huh? Havlicek steals the ball.
Okay.
Are you sure that's not John Thompson in the back? Who are these guys?
It's not John Thompson.
We got a lot.
That is.
We didn't get that guy. Who's Walt Frazier then? Who's the other one from New York? There's another guy from the old New York. Walt Frazier and
I don't know. I'm trying to blow these up and I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty damn good job. You want to give up and see who the rest are?
Let me look. Let me peruse one more time.
All right,
and let me just think deep into like who are the old white guys. Havlicek. Yeah, Paul Arisen is about as deep as I go with that shit.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good pull.
I thought so. I'm gonna be pissed about the New York one. I know I can get him. It's not Walt Frazier. It's Clyde's coming to mind for some reason. It wasn't Walt that came back in the Garden. Fuck it. All right, results me. Rick Barry. That's huge.
Let's see who we. Will. I thought we got Will.
Gary Lucas. God damn it.
I thought I put Will. Fucking add an extra. You said it for sure. Nate Archibald, wow. Earl Monroe, Bill Sharman, Lenny Wilkins,
Earl the Pearl?
Wes Unseld. He's still in the top 70, I think.
No, not what's his name? Not Lenny Wilkins, who I thought it was.
Oscar Robertson is bad if we didn't get that.
Willis Reed.
That's
who I was thinking of.
We
top? Said Will.
That's what I said. Will. Count Will.
Yeah,
we definitely said that.
Bob
James
Pettit,
Worthy
and Oscar and James were disrespectful. And James were disrespectful.
That's bad.
Elvin Hayes I could have got if we were here all night. Willis Reed I would have got if we were here all night. Jerry Lucas would have been a pool, but I might have got it. And Nate Archibald we would have thrown out there. Other than that.
Right.
I didn't say Nate Archibald.
You might have, and I just didn't type it.
No, that's Tiny Archibald. No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up. My spelling is going to look atrocious if you watch this back, so don't. Wow, there it is. Fuck. Our first Sporkle, our first foray into some trivia. You got to love it.
That was good.
We'll just add this at the end. Peace out.